What is going on, YouTube? I am Germ here. Today, as you guys can see up on the screen, I wanted to talk a little bit about TD Holdings. This is ticker symbol GLG. This is actually a Chinese company that was up 24% in just a single day today. While the stock is only valued at $1.01 currently, it's actually probably worth a little bit more than it seems at almost $100 million market cap. Obviously, stock prices can be very, very deceiving. You never know. You got to dive into it a little bit deeper. But they had a pretty good day today. Again, up 24% on some big news we're going to be covering in this video. Obviously, Chinese stocks have had a pretty crazy year. This one's not honestly as volatile as some of the other ones, but again, over 6 months, it's down almost 50%, which is pretty crazy. It's been a rough year for a lot of Chinese stocks, for a lot of Chinese companies, with just so much just uncertainty and stuff in the air. But again, things might be turning around a little bit for TD Holdings. It might be a play that you guys might be interested in. It might be something to keep on your watch list for the future. That's what we're going to be talking about. Definitely drop a like if you guys do enjoy this video. I'd appreciate it so much. And subscribe to stay up to date on all my latest content. We're trying to hit 1,000 subscribers. We're on the road to 1K. And it'd be absolutely awesome if you guys did help us out in that regard. With that being said, here we go. So, why was GLG ripping so high today? Why did they, start out at 81 cents and then again close at $1.01? But then intraday they were even higher, all the way up to $1.32. I mean, this thing was absolutely ripping before cooling off a little bit, but still having a very, very big day. The news here is that TD Holdings announces entry into non-binding letter of intent for the acquisition of 2 companies to step into the unmanned logistics and new energy vehicle industry. So this is some very, very big, very, very exciting news. Obviously a field with potentially a lot of growth ahead of it, something that could be very, very exciting. But anytime that you're buying 2 companies in a single day, that's going to make a lot of news. It's going to make a lot of headlines, and it's potentially going to make you a lot of money if investors and Wall Street believes in the kind of acquisitions and purchases that you are making. But here we go. So TD Holdings, a commodities trading service provider in China, today announced it has entered into a letter of intent, non-binding, with, I'm not even going to try to pronounce these names, but a special purpose vehicle company and a new material company and their shareholders to acquire both to step into the unmanned logistics and new energy vehicle industries. Pursuant to the letter of intent, the company agreed to acquire 100% of the equity interest of both of these companies in exchange for a certain amount of shares of common stock that will be determined on after the company's due diligence and after the parties get done negotiating. Management does expect that the acquisition of these companies will complete within 180 days from the date of the letter of intent, assuming satisfactory due diligence and the parties can enter into a definitive agreement. So that is the interesting thing here. There obviously is still some risk involved. This is a non-binding letter of intent. This deal does not have to take place. This deal could still fall through. Obviously, again, they expect it to be done in the next 180 days. But as we get closer and closer to that date, if no deal has been done, if that date comes, if that date passes, still no deal has been done, we might see a strong pullback from what we're seeing right now with the GLG stock. Because again, this is, I mean, they're confirmed to be in these talks and in these discussions, and this letter of intent has been signed. But again, it is not anything 100% official yet. It does not necessarily mean that anything is going to be going through. We also don't know how much stock they're going to be giving away. We still don't know the prices, anything like that. But again, they could potentially be picking up 2 full companies, 100% of both of these companies, which would be a very, very big deal, which would be definitely big news. But it's just the fact that there's still a lot to be decided. So either party of the letter of intent may terminate it unilaterally. As the transaction proceeds, the company will publicly disclose required information either through press releases or SEC filings. So it should be pretty easy to follow up with the story to see how things are going. If you are interested, if you do care, if you are interested about the company, the stock, the future, anything like that, or even just if you're curious about the news and what's going on with the deals. The CEO did comment and said, over the past decade, we mainly focus on large-scale business transactions, including non-ferrous metals trading and supply chain services, which are inseparable from warehousing and logistics. The planned acquisition is not only in line with our growth strategy of improving our industrial chain, but also corresponds to the national strategy of Made in China 2025, the industry trend of manufacturing lightweight vehicles. So obviously they're trying to bring more production, more manufacturing, more distribution, all of this stuff back to China, instead of having to bring in so much stuff from outside, which is interesting. There's a lot of countries, a lot of places that are trying to do that, become more independent. There is a lot of money to be made there, a lot of money to be saved there, and we will have to see how that goes. Obviously, there's still going to be a lot of speculation, a lot of uncertainty, and a lot of concern about a lot of Chinese stocks. Some people want to stay away from them entirely, but some people are buying up a ton of Chinese companies right now, and maybe GLG is one that you want to add to your list, because it looks like that potentially in the future, again, maybe in the next 180 days, that TD Holdings might be making some big moves. But that is pretty much it for this video today, guys. Tell me, drop a like if you did enjoy it. I'd appreciate it so much. Leave a comment down below. What do you think about GLG? Are you interested? Are you buying, selling, staying away? I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. Subscribe to stay up to date on all my latest content. Hopefully catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace!